What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. I don't know if you noticed, but lately I've been doing pretty much posting my videos up Monday through Friday. I've been premiering them ahead of time so that way they're posting at the same time every day, so that way y'all know exactly when the videos are uploading. But today, with us being into the new year and everything, I wanted to kind of go over things that I've learned about women since discovering this space that are very, very, very hypocritical. I mean, and these are things that we discuss all the time, and I probably discussed multiple times on my videos, but just never flat out went down a list like, okay, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense. And it's typically arguing points that I hear coming from women all the time, and I thought, maybe running down this list will help debunk some of this. So I came up with 8. Couldn't really think of any. So if y'all think of any that I didn't say, please let me know in the comments, or or if any examples of what y'all might have had dealt with in relation to this list. All right. So, things that I've learned about women that don't make sense since I've discovered this space. Number 1, women want men that make more than them, but they don't want men to make more than them. All right, I had to slow that down because it's tricky. So you gotta listen to the word. Women want men that make more money than them, but they don't want men to make more money than them. Now, what made me think of this is because I constantly hear women complain about the pay wage gap, which is a myth. It's been debunked 100 million times. I'll probably end up doing a video on it myself. Because I was watching some content. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had to belch. I was watching some content the other night. We Need to Talk. And, one of the questions that they brought up, the differences between men and women, and the WNBA came up. I mean, you can do a whole video just on the whole WNBA crying about not making more money itself. But yeah, and the reason why I find this to be hypocritical is because it's very rare that a woman will deal with a man that makes less than them. One of those rarities just happens to be my parents. My mother was the breadwinner. Before she retired, I think she was making close to 80,000. She was somewhere in that 70 to 80,000 range. She was an underwriter for a life insurance company. And my dad was pretty much a janitor for the most part, far as I know. And he would have side hustles too, like shoveling snow, cutting grass, things like that, which is how I learned how to cut grass and whatnot. I mean, anybody can learn how to shovel snow. Like cutting grass, that's a little different. That takes a little time to learn. You got to cut a yard about a good 3-4 times before you really master it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I'm like, I don't know what my dad made, but I'd imagine, you know, between that and the little side hustles he had, maybe 30, maybe 30 something thousand a year, if that. So what I'm saying is that, you know, you gotta think, man, my parents are in their 60s and 70s. Like nowadays, you don't really see that too often. But the reason why it's confusing and hypocritical to me, and it doesn't make any sense, is if women naturally want a man to be able to provide and protect, I'm like, even if the man and the woman are both working, if you want them, better yet, here's a better example. Let's say a couple is working together and they're both doing the exact same thing. Production and everything. Would you still be bothered if the man made more than you, even though you want a man that makes more than you? I don't know. I guess that's probably a bad example, but I just find it interesting that they complain about the pay wage gap so much, yet y'all want a man that makes more than you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if both of y'all doing the same thing, yes, y'all should get equal pay. There's not a man in this world that's gonna disagree with that. But if a man has more experience or more certifications or something, it's a pretty good chance he's gonna walk in the door making more than you. That's just the way the world works. But I do find that kind of weird. So y'all let me know what y'all think of that first one. Number 2, women want men. Okay, women want men that they want to act like the men that they don't want. So in other words, the men that they want, the ones that they chase, they want these men to chase them as if they're the prize, as if they don't got options like that. They want the guy that they want to be just like all the other male orbiters that she's ignoring, that she's leaving on red, that she's leaving on delivered. You know what I mean? Man, that's pretty much just good, you know, good guy, bad guy concept. Nothing you could really, I mean, I think this is one of those things that everybody in this space knows. But I think part of the reason why I find it so confusing is because women know better, yet and still they feel that they can get that. And even if you were to find a guy that had a really good balance of both, what's the likelihood of you having him all to yourself? Especially if this guy is like on his shit, got his own everything and what have you. What's the likelihood that he's gonna be monogamous? So just one of those things that kind of blows me away, man. All right, number 3, women think body counts don't matter. Actually just uploaded a video about this in particular. Sterling Cooper, and the funny thing about it, the other girl in the clip is actually actually does adult films herself, and even she agreed with it. And she used to be in a poly relationship. So the reason why I find this so confusing is because they say it shouldn't matter, but if you ask a woman what her body count is, she'll never tell you, or she'll tell you a lie. And the reason why they do this is because they know it matters. Deep down, y'all know it matters. I notice it seems like the only women that are really not ashamed of their body counts are women that do adult film. Because I'm like, cause some of those women don't even keep count anymore because they've been ran through. And for any woman that disagrees with this, I would highly suggest you look up pair bonding and how body counts affects pair bonding. Like, I had a big fuss over somebody on Facebook about this. I'm like, hell, I think they might have unfriended me over it because it was just a female in her feelings, you know. I'm like, and that's the other thing I find funny is like, y'all say it shouldn't matter, but so basically what y'all saying is it shouldn't matter. You should be willing to be in a relationship and wife up somebody that's been sleeping around hella. But if you flip it on them and say, would you want your son to deal with a woman like that? Then they whole attitude switch up. Now it's, oh nah, because I want the best for my son. So why is it that I shouldn't be allowed that? Why shouldn't I have a choice on choosing what's best for me as a man? Feel me? So what's best for your son can't be what's best for me. Make that make sense. All right. Number 4, they want a man to be a leader, but want to be in control at the same time. Oh my God. This is one of those too, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take this off. I'm getting hot. Yeah. So one of the common things that I hear when I watch all this content is, you know, I want him to pick out the restaurant. I want him to do this. I want him to do that. I want him to lead. I want him. But the moment you try to give these women advice on men and dating, they rebel. The moment you try to tell a woman or try to advise her to do something, what they do, they rebel. And then if you are a man in control of things, and let's say everything don't go according to plan, then she want to be combative and be all up in your face, talk down on you. And then if you flip it and be like, okay, you know what? You have influence on this, you have influence on that. You gonna take care of this, you gonna take care of that. I'm like, let her run everything, and then everything fall to shit. Guess who she's gonna be coming to for the rescue? Guess who she's gonna blame everything for, even though she was in control of everything? You know what I'm saying? They want us to lead. They want us to lead, but they want credit for everything. No, I've been hearing this saying a lot. A man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck that supports the head. And I love that message so much because it makes perfect sense. Like, I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, you want a leader, but the moment somebody tell you what something to do, that independent, I don't need no woman effing this crap kick in. And as men, we're like, all right, you can have that. I don't got to be a part of that though. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm like women like that tend to get skeet skirt, and then I'm like, then they pop up on TikTok, you know what I mean, complaining how they got ghosted on some West M Caleb-ish. I still can't get over that story. That story is hilarious. All right. Number 5, women objectify themselves only to complain about men objectifying them. This one really grinds my gears because all women know that men are visual creatures. Y'all know what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know this, OnlyFans wouldn't exist. Adult films wouldn't exist. IG models wouldn't exist. Pretty much any female that's mildly attractive, average looking even, with a nice body, showing themselves off on social media. None of this, y'all would not be behaving y'all would not behave in this manner if y'all did not know this. And if women are so bothered by it, don't do it. But you're not gonna do it because sex sells. You're not gonna do it because you value men's attention. And if that's the case, just say that. Don't sit over here and nah, we do it because we think, yeah, because we thought it was cute. I'm like, so you mean to tell me y'all post 100? I'm like, y'all post 100 pictures on Facebook just to show off the other females? When have you ever seen a man do that just to show off to other men? That don't even make... Come on now. These are the same women that was ready to shut down their Instagram because Instagram was taking away the likes, bro. Like, I wish I could find, like, oh my God, I wish I could find that video of that one girl. Like, this one girl was like literally bawling and crying her eyes out because they were going to take away OnlyFans because they had took away the likes on Instagram. And part of the reason why they wanted to take away the likes was because I think it had something to do with people's mental health. But it just go to show you they don't really give a damn about people's mental health, because what did they do? The women bitched and complained till they got their way. Like, I just find that so funny, bro. Like, and here's the thing. It's not even so much that they don't like being objectified by men. They just don't like being objectified by majority of the men. Or should I say, most men. Because let me tell you, all these women got a type, some shape or form. I'm like, if the right one hits them up on some aggressive shit, I guarantee you, bruh, they gonna fold. It ain't gonna be none of this, why you looking at me? It's gonna be, and then they gonna hit them with that smile, you know what I mean? Flick the ear back, expose the neck, let them know, choosing signal, all right, yeah, I got her. Ladies, y'all ain't fooling nobody, bro. That's why y'all get so salty at men in this space, because we're exposing the truth, the ugly truth that makes y'all look ugly, regardless of how fucking pretty you are. Number 6, women want men to be traditional but don't want to be traditional themselves. For real, you can kind of connect this with number 5, because a lot of these women that are in that line of work because it's easy money and really good money, they still want to be treated like the 18-year-old virgin. All these women want to be treated like an 18-year-old virgin. Ain't none of them virgins. Like, hell, shit, finding a woman with a single digit body count is probably the equivalent of finding a unicorn in today's market. That's a little that's a little jab for all the TikTokers with these the bar has been set so low for men. No, the bar has been set so low for women that if you find a woman with a single digit body count nowadays, that is the equivalent of finding a unicorn. Like I know only 2 women that are virgins in this world. Venus Williams and that what's her name? Lolo, whoever that chick name is that other chick that run track or whatever her name is. I forgot her name. I'm like, she's attractive too. That's what makes it really sad. But yeah, like, these women don't want to be traditional, man. I'm like, but they want a man that's gonna pay most of the bills, if not all the bills. I'm like, let's keep it real, man. I'm like, it's a lot of women in here that they say they'll do 50-50, but they really want to do more like 60-40, 70-30. Like, if you ask these women, a lot of these women want the man to pay all the big bills. Like, they want us to pay the car note and the rent. They'll handle all the smaller bills like phone and gas and electric, like the bills that don't really cost shit. I'm like, if you ask, man, that's how a lot of these women really want to operate. You know what I mean? And it's just, like I said, man, y'all ain't traditional yourselves, man. I'm like, y'all want to move like thoughts, but then want to be treated like a wife. Like, you can't be showing your ass on social media all the time, but then want to turn around and expect a man to, you know what I mean, court you and pay for everything. Like, come on, man. Like, and then y'all wonder why these relationships don't work, man. Like, I'm seeing women with OnlyFans. Like, y'all got boyfriends, but I could tell these ain't men that y'all really want, because these dudes look like they just happy to be, like, they just happy to be there. Like they just lucky to have you because of the way you look. Because I'm looking at these guys like, I know you can do better than him. I know you can. And then I'm like, and these dudes look dusty and broke as F. Like, for real. And part of the reason why is because if they dealt with because if those type of women can't deal with a man with standards, because a man with standards, those kind of women look at a man with standards as misogynist. Because we're not gonna tolerate the thought behavior that you seem to feel like you need in order to feel liberated. I'm like, and I'm sorry, but men, like, more men, like, we're just not going for it. Number 7, they don't take accountability for bad behavior, but blame everything on men. Just like that one, I think it was about a week or 2 ago, I did a reaction, man. It was a short clip where this girl on TikTok wanted to sit up here and say that if a man is interested in another girl, that's just cheating. But if a woman is interested in another guy, then it's because she wasn't getting what she wanted out of the relationship. So in other words, in layman's terms, if a man cheats, it's his fault. If a woman cheats, it's his fault. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of women just repelling accountability on us all the time. Here's my question for women. If men are to blame for every goddamn thing, then what the fuck is the incentive for wanting to be with a damn woman? If you're gonna blame everything that goes wrong on me, even when it's really not my fault, and I'm supposed to just sit up there and take it because society says so. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, y'all. Accountability is kryptonite, man. I think I've made a couple videos, you know, expressing that, man. Just look through my catalog, you'll find it, man. Or maybe I'll put it on the end screen on this video. But yeah, they don't, man. I mean, so many examples I can use. I'm not gonna dig into that any further because I'm pretty sure I've done at least a video or 2 on that in itself. And anybody in this space, y'all know how women are about accountability, man. They don't want it. Like, they only want accountability when it benefits them. You know what I mean? If it's something that make him look good, oh yeah, that was me. Anything that makes him look bad, oh nah, it was his fault. That's women for you. And this is my last one. Modern women think attraction is symmetrical. So in other words, women think that we care about how much money they make, as if we expecting them to pay our bills, like they want us to pay majority of their bills. Like, nah, don't work like that. Men, we're pretty much simple. We just, it's like Kevin Samuel say, fit, feminine, friendly. We're not, as an average man myself, I mean, if I had to be brutally honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, I look at myself as a 6. And I've had women tell me I've had women say I'm an 8 and a 9. But, women tend to, I don't trust, after watching Kevin Samuels for so long, I don't really trust women's rankings like that. However, what man is not going to take that rating from a woman, an attractive woman at that? So, yeah, I'll take that. But me personally, myself, I would say a 6. But yeah, like for us, it's, fit, feminine, friendly. And then from there, what other value can you add? Are you gonna bring me peace? You know what I mean? You holding it down in the bedroom every night? You know what I'm saying? Are you nurturing? Are you kind? You know what I mean? It's like, for men, we just wanna, we just want our home to be our sanctuary. And we just want our women to be a part of that peace. It's like I don't want to come home and hear what you got to nag about all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong. Like, you want to be there for your lady, and so that way she can have an ear to vent to. But just not all the combative stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that the things that women look for in men, we do not look for in women. And I feel like this is one of those tug of wars that we have with women, man, because the first thing a woman will say is, well, don't you want, why you don't want your woman to be a bum? Well, of course we don't want our women to be bums. We expect them to be adult enough to have their own stuff. Like, come on, man. But basically what we're saying is that any man will accept a woman making 30, 40K a year as long as she has all those other traits that I mentioned. If she looks good, if she's not disrespecting the BMI, she's nice, you know what I mean? Not withholding sex. You know what I'm saying? We can go with the cook and clean joint too, but some women get offended when you say cook and clean. Because I saw a post the other day. All men should know how to cook and clean. I'm like, yeah, it's called being an adult. And then I don't know why society was trying to put these roles on us. I'm like, okay, since that's how you feel, then since y'all don't want tradition, I'm like, but ain't that funny? Like I said in the other point, they don't want traditional roles, but they only want the traditional roles to fall on us. They don't want the traditional roles to fall on them. And this is where the disconnect is coming from. That's why you got so many families falling apart and breaking up, because women don't want to play that traditional role but they want the man to be traditional in all his roles. It's like Myron says on Fresh and Fit. You know what I mean? All the roles for the man is static, but it seems like all the roles for a woman is negotiable. Like, how the hell did we get here? Well, I know how. It starts with an F and ends with an ism. But the problem is that women don't see why that's problematic. And it seems like anybody, whether it's male or female, that tries to bring it to these women attention that think that way, we get attacked for it. You know what I mean? It's like they say, hard head make a soft ass. These women are really hard-headed. But yeah, man, I just wanted to go over that because those were the things I could think of off the top of my head that I've learned, that I found really, it's like a combination of being hypocritical and confusing at the same time, because these things don't make sense. But I'm telling you, man, some of these women, progressive, think left-minded women, they'll argue with this to you to the grave, no matter how illogical it sounds, and it's scary. It's scary out here, y'all. Alright, so again, please, man, if y'all can think of any else, man, drop it in the comments. Please subscribe, like, share, all that good jazz. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, y'all. Deuces.